Okay, now we're going to do Salem's litter pop. So this is like once a week. Actually, before that. So normally during the week, you'll just go through here and looking for, you know, piss and poo that Salem has produced. And when you find it, you just tip this over. It helps make less of a mess everywhere. You tip over the piss and poo in there, which there isn't any. And then you pull this thing forward, and shake it, and it allows the piss and poo to go down. You can probably keep the lid down when you do that. Make sure it's gone down, yeah. And then we're done. Then you can wash this thing, right? So this is how to wash it. Usually put this in the hot, put it low down, otherwise we don't want poo and piss splashing all over the place. If it's getting poo stuck on it, then you might have to wait until hot water comes out to really get it off. I'm sure you don't want to put your hand on it, right? And if it did have poo on it, then give it a spray as well, disinfect it, and finish it off. Okay, shake it, and then normally we just put it back in here. But of course now I want to show you the once a week thing, which is basically where we're going to empty this completely. So get your bag, tip it all in. Okay, so leave that there for a second. Now we're going to have to clean this out. So we've got to be reasonably quick with this, just in case anyone wants to actually use it, which would be bad luck. Right? Okay. And then spray it down. The next side. Spray down the other side. Some hot water. Looks fairly clean already. Might give it a spray, disinfectant. Let that sit for a second. And then again. We want to do the outside just briefly. Now we'll be leaving a blue cloth, right? All right, where's the blue cloth? Blue cloth. All right, there'll be a cloth. You need to dry it. I wouldn't use the dishcloth, right? This will be a cloth just for this kind of stuff. Make it as dry as possible. Right, so let's let that dry for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to clean this thing. So we got to get the bag out. So the way to do this is, if you have a look in here, you'll see we want to get rid of all this bag, about 10 centimeters. So in order to do that, we'll need to open it like this. So we're going to have to pull about 10 centimeters through, yeah? That's about 10 centimeters. Maybe a little bit more. And then we're going to get that down to the clip. Now we're going to push it through, it cuts it. You probably want to hold your breath a bit. Tie it up. Smell it. Tie it up, and then we're going to put this into the bag as well. At this point, this bag is probably done. Right, so we'll tie that up, and then we'll have to put this into another bag and put it down the chute. All right. Okay. In the meanwhile, we want to clean this thing, so we're going to take this over to the sink, give it a bit of a scrub. So it shouldn't be too dirty, right? So we already cleaned this thing. So leave that here. Open this a bit. it might have, take this out. This might have accumulated a little bit of rubbish over the week. But if you kept that thing clean all week, then this probably is fairly clean. There. Now we're going to wipe down this thing on the outside. Should be pretty clean already. And then open it, and we're going to have to wipe this down. So hopefully this is probably fairly clean. All right. In the unlikely event that you've run out of bag here, which is not going to happen because I'm going to replace the bag before we leave, and it lasts for quite a few weeks. We have to actually open this thing, which can be a little difficult. There's a notch here. You might need a little, like a knife to open it. Once it opens, you can replace the thing, but let's not worry about that because that's not going to happen. Anyway, so we open this and pull this through. Tie a knot on the end, otherwise the poo will fall through, right? Okay, tight. Okay, close that. And now at this point, pull this out. I'm going to push our hand down. Doesn't have to be completely down the bottom because you might have to pull it down during the week, possibly. Okay, and then that's it, we're done. So, oh, not quite done. You have to put this thing back in. So I like to put it on the left hand side. And then put this back in, and not quite done. That here at this point is dry. Okay, so now we're going to get some of the litter. So there's a bag of litter. All right, so if you have to open a new one, you have to cut the top off. This is still lasts a few weeks. And then put a whole load in. And then spread it out. Yeah. And we want to be able to put our finger in. We want to get pretty close to the knuckle, so there's not quite there. Alright. So let's put a little bit more in. Yeah, that's close enough to the knuckle. Yeah, it's probably nearly an inch deep. And then that's it.